Good morning, it's day 194 of Peter and Doxie sailing from New South Wales to Queensland. And it's my pre-coffee voice. I literally just got out of bed. Thought, you know what, I should do one more beach walk. So, gonna do that. But yeah, today is the day. Today is the day we put Doxie back in the water. And everything being equal, testing going well, she'll go alongside the berth and I will restock and get ready for departure tomorrow. So yeah, I know, exciting times. Anyway, you can hear the lorikeets going crazy, so we're going to go and check out the beach one more time. Across the road, across the vacant block, and then we're going to do a bit of a jungle walk to get down to the sand. Yeah, you wouldn't know this was here unless you knew it was here. So yeah, a bit creepy. But it's dried out a bit at least now. It was a little wet yesterday from the rain. And here we are. What a day. Oh yeah, and try and guess where the path is to go back. Just walking now from the marina to the boatyard. But one thing I wish we did have, smell cam. The smell of this is so beautiful. Well, here we go, hopefully for the last time. And here we go, Doxie. Ooh, the propeller is on. Looking pretty damn schmick. Okay, so they're just finishing up. But yeah, first time I've seen basically with all the coats on and the masking off. A little bit strange with the stripe, but it's had to be done really because the stern is down lower with the dinghy and everything on it. Yeah, we're just looking now at the moment to they've got a couple of boats, one to put in, one to get out, so probably a little while before we go in yet. Time at the moment's 8:44, so yeah. Okay, well I'm sitting in the shade now and just waiting. Yeah, apparently the lift, there is a boat to go down and a boat to come up before mine. Yeah, hopefully we don't run out of tide by the time it gets around to my turn, but anyway, it looks like the lift is getting itself sorted, so at least they're getting on with it now, so we'll just have to wait for our turn to come up. Our being Doxie and I, of course. Anyway, activity going on. Okay, just going through and checking everything. Things are charging up nicely. I just turned on the fridge again just to start it working. I'm going to give it a wipe out again because it'll probably need it after being sitting idle for 2 weeks. Yeah, we're just waiting at the moment for these guys over here to get the rudder off that boat. Guys from Cap Coast have gone over to help, so to try and speed up the whole thing so we can get on with our lift. Meanwhile, giving the surfaces all a bit of a clean. Got these benches and the galley. I've also just wiped down the fiberglass panels just to get all this dust out of here. Yeah, just to put my mark back on it because I'm coming back aboard. Okay, here's your basic Volvo Penta DI30. Yeah, it fits in nicely, bit of space around it. In fact, I think there's more space on top than there was on the previous. I've also now got a water
what do you call it, raw water filter. Yeah, which I was happy about because I had one before on Fast Forward, and in Gosford, yeah, it's pretty well needed because of all the seagrass we get there. So good. The hot water cylinder at the back has been disconnected. The reason being is that the previous engine was cooled by raw seawater, which then went through the hot water cylinder there to heat it up. Obviously, that is not something that you want to run through the new engine, because this one has a heat exchanger, which basically means it has a closed circuit of coolant which goes through a barrel alongside the raw water that comes through the engine, through the barrel to cool down the coolant, and then exits out. You certainly don't want any of the salt water and gunge that's in the old tank to then go through this cooling system. So apparently they're not that expensive, so I'll have a look at that down the track. At the moment, hot water is really not that much of a priority. So anyway, that is the new engine, which we will do shortly. Yeah, just a few little bits and pieces to go once we're in the water, obviously, so I won't clear or clean or replace any of the bedding yet, but we're getting close. Looks like the guys have got the rudder off that yacht, so I'm not quite sure whether they're going to put the yacht on the cradle now, or whether they're going to put it back in the water with a plug in it. So anyway, as long as they do one or the other soon, we'll be happy. Well, we are up next. Get this sorted out here, and Dylan's confirmed that we're next on the list. Okay, so the travel lift is now around Doxie, all lined up. What they'll do now is they will get the straps underneath and then start taking the weight on those straps so they can start removing the chocks and props and the sides of the cradle, basically, so we can then move Doxie forward and out of there. So they're starting to feed the straps through now. You can see that one going through under the keel, and they'll be shackled on the other side, and she'll basically have her ass in a sling, as they say. So the straps have now taken up the weight of Doxie, so the guys can start knocking the cradle sides away. And Doxie is rolling. So where the props were holding the boat up, obviously they were unable to anti-foul those little square bits. So they're just going through and doing that now. And we wait a little while that dries. It's very quick drying. So not long, and then we'll put her in. So if you didn't watch Doxie coming out, the way this works is the travel lift basically will have each set of wheels, each side going out on a concrete rail platform with obviously a gap between those rails to drop the boat into, gently of course. So yeah, it's quite an operation, and it looks so vulnerable up there. It's yeah, I hope Doxie's not scared of heights. Behind the helm for the first time in a very long time. Thanks, guys. Doxie is underway, under her own power again. And here we are, back in the berth. That was good. Everything seems to be clicking along well, so that's great.
Hi, I'm Josh from Keppel Bay Marina in Roslyn Bay. We have just successfully repowered Doxie. This is Peter's beautiful old boat. I think you've had it for a couple of years now.
1 year coming up.
1 year coming up, so he hasn't had it long, and unfortunately the motor was definitely tired, wasn't it? It needed a birthday.
Yeah.
So we repowered it with a new Volvo D130. It's a great little package. We also had the prop redone for this, so the prop and the motor and the boat actually line up, and I think we got about 8 knots at 2.5, 2.6. And then wide open throttle was pretty much there. So the props is really good. You've got a new exhaust box. What else have we done? New exhaust system, new exhaust hose, seawater strainer, everything that little motor needed that you didn't have. So yeah, congratulations on your new Volvo.
Thanks, Josh.
No worries.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Off to do the shopping now. Getting close to getting things done. Well, it's been a while since I've done a video from on here, so it's got to be at least 2 weeks. So it's basically exactly 2 weeks that she was up on the hard, Tuesday to Tuesday. So I am here in Keppel Bay Marina again, berth Blue 6. So I'm right next to the to the shore, basically. So if you can hear yahooing in the background, that's the restaurant just up the ramp. So anyway, and I have just had a beautiful meal up there with my friend who looked after me so well over the last 2 weeks. So I'm more than thankful for that, and very appreciative. So, what a day it's been. Yeah, I mean, it's people say, oh, you must be excited, and like, yeah, well, as the day goes on, it's just like, okay, we crossed that hurdle, we crossed this hurdle. Because putting the boat in the water, because there were delays and stuff like that, of course, the tide was going out, and it could have ended up being too shallow. So, yeah, luckily the Dylan and the guys got that going pretty smartly, And yeah, as you saw, we got on the water today. Yeah, and been out outside the marina for some sea trials. Just running the engine up to see how it obviously ran, for one thing, how it ran with the new propeller, which the propeller is kind of, it's fit for purpose for that engine, but you don't want the engine revving really high, and with the prop not up to speed yet, so the pitch could have had to have been changed, but fortunately it didn't. So we got up to, it was quite choppy, so I was showing about 7.5 knots, but on flat water that would have been 8 knots easily at about 2,500 revs, so pretty good result. The propeller is bigger and obviously 3-bladed instead of 2-bladed like the old one, so she got some serious push behind it, which I really felt, even maneuvering into the marina, it's just like, well, okay, I can stop her just like that, I can go, the maneuverability is definitely noticeable, and pushing through the water, obviously with a clean bottom as well. Yeah, she motors along rather nicely, so very interested to see how that goes on a point-to-point trip. So anyway, I will be keeping a very close eye on the engine, checking it out, every few minutes for the first hours of running, just to, make sure everything's bedded down and stuff. So yeah, but I'm aiming to get away quite early tomorrow, basically to see how far I can get. Either Cape Capricorn, or if I'm really lucky and get a good run, maybe I'll even make it through the channel opposite Gladstone and get in behind Facing Island for the night, which would be rather nice. But yeah, either or, yeah, progress south is a good thing. Anyway, I will stop rambling. I've still got a boat to tidy up before I go to bed, so I'm more ready in the morning to make that early start. So anyway, thank you. Oh, and one thing I've got to mention, thank you to those people watching who stopped Kel and Josh as they were walking through the marina to ask if Doxie's propeller had arrived yet. So the concern is overwhelming, and I appreciate that. So I hope you're subscribed, because obviously, you don't want to miss out on any of these little adventures. So anyway, thank you for everybody following and the good wishes. And this is Dawn Raider, out.